Okay guys, welcome back to AGEX'S Outdoors. And as you guys can see here, it's not a PCP. So this gun, long story short, I used to have one. And if you guys go back, way back then when I first started the channel, beyond and over, I used to have one. This was my first ever 25 caliber air gun. When I first started out the channel, I had a 177. Then we went to a 22 break barrel. It was the Crosman Nitro Venom, I believe. That was a sweet little gun. We were shooting down in my parents' basement. I had a little pellet stop, and me and a couple buddies would go down there on weekends, and we would shoot the crap out of it. And so if you guys don't know, Skylar Melms from Buckmaster Outdoors was on those videos back then. He has currently moved on, I believe, from YouTube. He's got a busy life now. So he's no longer going to be in my videos, or must I, want to meet up with him and we could do a video kind of thing. I think it'd be cool. So anyways, from the 22 to this 25, I used to have one, like I said. Mine broke, and currently this is my buddy's. I'm just borrowing it for a review that I want to do here. And the more I look at it, and the more I shot it the other day, I remember why I hated this gun. Why I hated it. Like, it just, there's so many factors on it that I just didn't care for it. So we're going to go over a few things on it. And stuff like that. So we're going to do what I like about it, what I dislike about it, and then the feet per second. We'll go over that. And so anyways, let's get into it. So, awesome thumb hole stock on it. Totally love it. Perfect. Now, for people that don't like thumb hole stocks, they like the regular pistol grips. Cool. I've always been a fan of thumb hole stocks, and I wish a lot more PCPs would come out with them like that, like such as the Air Venturi Avenger. I know the JTS Aracuda Max, I believe, comes with a thumb hole, but then PCP. I think there was a Gammo break barrel, Gammo Magnum, I think had a thumb hole stock. So anyways, I'm gonna go over a few things about this gun, and I have my tablet over here, and basically we're gonna go over what they say about it. And I've tested it, and like I said, I used to have one, and none of what they say on their website is true. Now, I'll agree with them on certain things, but I won't on others. So, first off, us consumers go out there and we want to look at buying a break barrel for ourselves, kids, daughters, whatever, aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever you want to do. So, as of right now, today, this gun on Hatson's website is $100. Now, they had it listed for 170 bucks. I wouldn't buy it for 170 bucks. Even if I didn't know anything about it, I still wouldn't buy it for that price. Now, 100 bucks, nah, I'd probably buy it. And then in the long run, I'd hate it. So, I'm not bashing Hatson here. But I just think that this gun is a little bit under. I think this gun could be listed as like 50 bucks. Maybe 60 a high. I don't think 100 is really worth it. Obviously, that's why they dropped the price down to 100, so you get $70 off, and you're paying 100 bucks for it. On top of that, it comes with a dovetail scope rail, which every break rail does. I'm not a big fan of them because then you gotta go out and buy dovetail scope mounts. And if you don't buy the right scope mounts that are dovetail, a lot of them break. I've had quite a few dovetail scope mounts break or slide, move because of the recoil on the brake barrels. They just automatically, just out of magic, they just slide back and forth, or they'll go forward one day, the next day they'll be back, and you have to sit there and you have to like put Loctite on them so you even hold it down. Now, bad thing about this one is it doesn't have a pin stop in it. So with the dovetail mounts, like the Gamos, you would have this little hole in the dovetail, and there's a little mount that you could buy, and you could screw it down in so it stays solid. This one doesn't. Oh, according to their website, it's like entry-level brake barrel gas piston air rifle with solid features. I'll give them that. It is gas piston, like the nitro pistons, but it's in their way. They put it as gas power. Includes a steel barrel block, an all-weather thumbhole grip, polymer stock with a Monte Carlo cheek piece. So that's back here. It comes with a soft rubber butt pad, which I wouldn't even really say that's soft. That feels like plastic. It's so soft that I wouldn't even say it's even usable. Now for a brake barrel air gun, I could see it. Let's see. Along with a micro adjustable rear green fabric optic. So up here, that is true. This is adjustable if you want to use iron sight, and yes, it is green. Now the issue is with this one, you can only go so far. And the farther you go, the looser the knob gets. And I even tested it, and it's already bent on this one. So you can't even use it. It also includes the front muzzle brake that produces the hood around the red fabric optic front sight. This thing does no good either. And I'm going to point it at the camera. It's unloaded, guys. So you can see a little bit of the red here with the cone over it. That's awesome. It does work. But like I said, no good in my eyes. It includes... It's available in 177, 22, and 25. So they got all three calibers, which is cool. It is perfect for pest plinking fires up to, here we go guys, this is false advertisement. Now, I'm not saying that this gun is capable of that, because it doesn't. Now, capable of shooting up to 1,300 feet per second. This gun doesn't. It includes, which I don't have it, includes a Optima 3-9 by 32 scope with rings, and the receiver has a mounted shock absorber. The steel scope creates a solid base to your scope. So, here's the issue with mine when I had it. That steel base that would stop the scope from moving, that actually fell off. That bent. It was so weak of metal that it actually bent. Now, it wasn't because my scope was moving. I was carrying my old one in the woods one day, and I felt something fall off when I went to go shoot at a squirrel. It fell off because of vibration. Now, you guys can say, well, that's your fault. You didn't check anything on the gun before you're going out. That shouldn't just fall off out of random. I shouldn't have to sit there the morning of checking every single screw on the gun before I head out. Now, with this gun being in 25 caliber, this gun only shoots a total of 620 feet per second. So that 1,300 feet per second is bull crap. There's no way. Now, I'm not saying the 177 will do that, maybe, but I very highly doubt that the 22 will even shoot above 700 feet per second. This gun shoots way below it. The other issue is that I've discovered with this gun in the last few weeks now that I've been kind of on and off shooting it, plinking, having fun, is the brake barrel. That thing literally sounds like a goose on a golf course. Like, literally sounds like a whole pack of geese or goose, whatever, just honking away at you when you're trying to swing and hit a golf ball down the fairway at 300 yards. I even put silicone lube on this gun, get one shot and it's back to goose sound. Never had that issue with any other brake barrels. Now, safety on this is a cool feature. It's right back here. And you have to have the barrel cocked to be able to engage the safety on it, which that's cool. The trigger on this thing is fully metal, 100% metal. But when it's super cold out and you're not wearing gloves, it freezes pretty quick. That trigger on this gun is unbelievable, so strong. It's non-adjustable. I mean, you can adjust it to a certain poundage, and then after that, it's done. Like, I even tried to sat there last night adjusting the trigger, wasting 25 caliber pellets, like 50 of them, trying to get this trigger to be lighter. I'm not trying to get it to be less than 1 pound or lighter. I'm trying to get it to the point where I want it to, where I squeeze it and I know where it's going to break all the time. Now, this trigger, the other issue is that with this gun, it doesn't break in the same spot every time. So you'll get one where you'll pull straight back, all the way back, and it'll fire. The next one, you break down the barrel, load a pellet in. The next one will break halfway. I don't get it. Now, that's not because I adjusted it. That was right from when I got it from my buddy to do a review. Now, accuracy-wise out of this thing, jump. Even 25 yards, you're talking 2 to 3 inch group out of it. Crazy. I tried slugs, I tried JSBs, I tried all these different 25 caliber pellets. None of them shoot less than a 2 inch group. Even at 25 yards. At 10 yards, it's almost one ragged hole. 25, and the farther you get out, jump. I shot at 8 inch gong at 50 yards the other day, and literally I had to hold at the bottom of this reticle in the scope because of the trajectory of it coming out and dropping so much. So I would say this gun's capable of maybe shooting no more than 20 yards. Now, I did have mine and used it for squirrel hunting, but I hated the fact that I would have to hold for even 30 yards because how slow the pellet comes out. And incredible, like, just not accurate at all. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money trying to buy a different rail for it and spend all this money trying to find the right pellet for it, because I'm not. I just gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you guys can say, well, try this pellet, try that slug, try this. I even tried slugs out of it, and I tried the 28 grain H&N, I believe, and those shot the best out of every other pellet. So I don't know, guys. I don't think this gun's really worth it for $100. I think it's worth it for maybe 50 for 20 yards and in. And then if you want to have a goose like on a golf course every time you go to cock the barrel down, then that's up to you. Because when you're trying out there in the woods trying to hunt and you missed your first shot and it sounds like a goose in the woods everything's like, what in the world, there's a goose in my woods. I don't think it's worth it. So I'm gonna leave it there to you guys. Like I said, I'm not ragging on hats in here, but in the next video, we'll go ahead and do some accuracy test out of it. And I'm just gonna show what it does as is. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be one ragged hole like PCP air guns and stuff like that. But for a break barrel, we're gonna go at 15 yards. I'm not even gonna go to 20 and beyond for this gun. It's not capable of it. So we'll just stick in within 15 yards and see what it does. We'll shoot multiple different 25 caliber pellets, and then we'll shoot one of the slugs I have, and we'll just see what happens. So anyways, guys, that's it. Comment down below. Do you think it's worth it for $100? I know a lot of you are probably like, well, let's see the accuracy and then we'll think about it for $100. I get it. So we'll, in the next video, you guys will go ahead and see the accuracy on this gun. Thanks, guys.